we're going to start the recording on that note. Welcome back to the YouTube audience who watch this on the video on demand replay for what is CLG FC episode 241. The transfer window is closing. And we got Almondbury Woolpack in 12th. We just played the only team in the top half that we're going to play pretty much the rest of the season, I think. And that is currently correct. Outside of Bradley. Obviously, we knew about the Bradley game. We've been talking about the Bradley game. But that's our last 5 fixtures. These are our last 6 fixtures of the season. And we've had a 4-0 win against Cross Hills, at Cross Hills, by the way. So home against Almondbury Woolpack in 12th. And then we are at Clitheroe in 10th. Home against 15th place Main Road. At 2nd place Bradley. And who may need to beat us to keep their title aspirations alive by the time we get to there. And then we finish at home against Lancaster, the worst team in the league. Lancaster are 9 adrift from safety, by the way. So, should they lose and Sutton Reserves win, then it might be a done and dusted affair. I mean, it pretty much is a done and dusted affair for them, but you don't know. So. Transfer window closing. We also have the Ultracham under 18s. We got a weekly staff meeting. Do it and do it and do it, do it, do it. All right. Such a terrible song. I really, really hope I don't get the Black Eyed Peas in this 1001 challenge. I am gonna slam the. I shouldn't say I'm gonna slam the shit out of it because obviously I'm gonna listen to the album, but. The Black Eyed Peas are. Oh, I keep hitting remind me in a week. I didn't want to fucking remind me in a week. God damn it. The Black Eyed Peas are probably one of the most overrated bands in at least of the last 25 years. Their music's just not good. It's just not good music. I don't know what else to say, man. I feel that way about David Guetta a little bit. His stuff a little less so. Like he's got some decent tracks. He went a little too poppy, bullshitty kind of for me at one point, but David Guetta did have some decent tracks. He's a pretty good DJ, as well. But like, the Black Eyed Peas are nah. I could do without them. So. I feel that way about LMFAO as well. I'm sorry to say that. I know some people like tracks by LMFAO. I'm like, I'm all right. You keep that. That's all you. So at least the Phils are beating the Mets right now. Right, let's do Leagues in Focus because we didn't do it last episode. So we got to do it this episode. Give me a minute. I need to just reboot something on the other PC. Right. Let's start with the Prem. Arsenal are still top by 8 points over Chelsea. They have the UECL next to their name because they have won the Carabao Cup. We'll do an extended Leagues in Focus as well, by the way. City are 3rd, Bournemouth are 4th, Spurs are 5th, Villa 6th, Sunderland now 7th, Newcastle are 8th. Man United down in 12th, Liverpool are down in 15th place. Burnley 7 above the drop over Brentford and Sheffield United. And Sheffield Wednesday. Look at that. All of them on 21, by the way. Fire the cannon. Fire the cannon. Why? So that is the Prem. Sky Bet Championship. West Ham lead the league by 6 points over Bristol City, who lead the playoff places by a point over Fulham, Hull, Forest, and Swansea. Norwich 2 points on the outside looking in. At the bottom, QPR and Middlesbrough are a point above the drop over Barnsley. Portsmouth are 7 adrift in 23rd. Blackburn are down. They are 20 points adrift. There is only 6 to play. So Roller 3000. It's also I'm a fire in my laser. Bah. I don't know if you remember that one. That's a throwback meme right there. Sky Bet League One. Derby are guaranteed at least a playoff place. They are top of the league by 10 points over Plymouth, who are leading the playoff places by 4 over Stoke, Reading, Leyton Orient, and Milton Keynes. Bolton and Charlton are literally on the outside looking in on goal difference. And the goal difference is pretty tight. It's only 2 goals between the 3 of them. Newport are 4 points on the outside looking in themselves down in 9th. At the bottom, Wimbledon are a point above the drop. Lincoln City are above the drop on goal difference by 3 goals over Burton Albion. Crawley are 2 adrift in 22nd. South Shields 7 adrift in 23rd. South End 10 adrift in 24th. They have 5 to play in that league. Skybet League 2, Scunthorpe's return to the Football League still going phenomenally well. They are top of the league by 2 points over Cambridge, who are in the second promotion spot by 2 points over the Bristol Rovers now, who themselves lead the playoff places by a single point over Woking, Walsall, Bradford, and Wigan. Rochdale are 3 points on the outside looking in. At the bottom, it is Grimsby Town and Notts County, who are a point above the drop over York. Yeovil are 15 adrift at the foot of the Football League. So Yeovil are a point away from going down. Should Grimsby Town and Notts County pick it up, or Yeovil drop any game, drop points in any game, then they will be down. Vanarama National League, Macclesfield lead the league by 4 points over Sutton, Worthing, Solihull Moors, Harrogate, Shrewsbury, and Forest Green Rovers. They've at least secured a playoff spot. Sutton United have as well. Hereford are a point on the outside looking in. At the bottom, Maidstone United, right? Yep. They're 3 above the drop over Northampton. Gateshead are 6 adrift in 22nd. Gillingham are 10 adrift in 23rd. Dorking Wanderers are down. They are 17 adrift with only 4 to play. Vanarama North, AFC Fylde lead the league by goal difference by a single goal over Ultra Chimp. Look at the fight. What is going on? Look at this, guys. Fylde are on 78. Then it's Ultra Cham on 78. Fleetwood have 77. Chester have 77. Morecambe have 76. So 2 points separating first from fifth. Pecksill have 73. They're not out of it yet either. Marine on 69 pretty much are. And then you got Tamworth on 67. They're 2 points on the outside looking into the playoffs. At the bottom, Southport are a point above the drop over Rugby Town, Real Bedford, and Darlington, who are all level on 31. Apley Bridge are 13 adrift in 24th. There was only 5 to play. Sorry. Vanarama South. AFC Sudbury lead the league by 2 points over Cray, CK Andover, Mersham, Margate, Bath City, if you would, and Dartford. Sudbury and Cray currently have secured at least a playoff spot. Berkhamsted are a point on the outside looking in. At the bottom, Southall Athletic are 3 points above the drop. Farnborough have pulled out of the drop on goal difference over Dover. Lewes is a point on the adrift in 22nd. St. Albans City 3 adrift in 23rd. Billericay are down in 17 adrift in 24th. There is only 5 to play there. Finally, the league above us, Broughton Amateurs have 112 points. I think Rochdalians might be managed by Crack, by the way, if you guys are in here, because Rochdalians have 100 points, and they are nowhere near the Broughton Amateurs, who have 112 in 42 games. That's insane to me. That's 126 is the maximum right now through 42 games, right? So Broughton's got 112 out of 126 points available. And a plus 92 goal difference, by the way. Um, so yeah, Broughton Amateurs secured at least a playoff spot, but they are 12 points above the league over Rochdalians, Barlick Wanderers, Hattersley, and Addingham. Old Stretfordians are 6 points on the outside, looking in. At the bottom, Trafford and Sandbach are 6 points above the drop over Prestwich. Hayes Lairds are 9 adrift, beg your pardon, in 22nd. Highgrove 15 adrift in 23rd. They're pretty much down. And Withenshaw definitely are down. They are 17 adrift at the foot of the league with only 5 to play. MLS, Inter Miami, the Bastards themselves, they lead the league in the East. Then it's New England Revs, FC Cincinnati, Charlotte FC, Chicago Fire, Philly Union, Columbus Crew, Orlando City, and the New York Red Bulls. Atlanta United on the outside looking in. In the West, Portland Timbers are top. Then it's the Scum second. Vancouver Whitecaps are third. Houston Dynamos are fourth. San Jose Earthquakes fifth. Austin FC is sixth. Colorado Rapids seventh. Seattle Sounders are eighth. FC Dallas is in ninth. Sporting Kansas City, Minnesota United, and the LA Galaxy are all on the outside looking in by 2 points. And Toronto FC is the worst team in the MLS. So there you have it. That's the first part of Leagues in Focus. Let's look at the Cup competitions really quickly, shall we? Always like doing that. The Cup competitions as well. Starting with the let's do the FA Vase and work our way up, shall we? The FA Vase. Last time we did this, we covered the 5th round. So let's do the tree from the 5th round. Orange, Staffordshire, Victoria, 2-1 over Dunkirk. Horndeed beat Takeley 2-0. Bradley, who's in our league, by the way, beat North Walshamtown 3-0. Buckhurst Hill, Buckhurst Hill, got by Chessington and Hookton Chessington and Hook United on pens after a 1-1 draw. Broughton Amateurs 3-0 over Boston Town. Remember, Broughton Amateurs are the team in the level above us that's dominating that league. Tenterton Town 2-0 over Chestnut. And Withenshaw Town 2-0 over Abbeymead Rovers. Jersey Bulls got by Epsom and Ewell on pens after a 1-1 draw. 6th round of the FA Vase. Staffordshire Victoria 5-0 over Horndean. Bradley 5-1 over Buckhurst Hill. Broughton Amateurs 3-1 over Tenterton Town. And Withenshaw Town gets by the Jersey Bulls 3-2. So semifinals of the FA Vase are as follows. Staffordshire Victoria versus Bradley. Broughton Amateurs will play Withenshaw Town. And you have to feel, with the way Bradley have been playing in our league and the way Broughton Amateurs have been playing in the league above us, that the final is more than likely going to be Bradley versus Broughton Amateurs. These Chelsea players are hard to sell because of the wages. Yeah, well. Offered him to the Saudi Arabian League. There you go. Right, the Isuzu FA Trophy, same gig. We'll start from the 5th round. Worthing 1-0 over CK Andover. Maidstone United down Dorchester Town 1-0. Barnet gets by Chester on pens after a 0-0 draw. Sittingboard gets by Bromley on pens 1-1. After a 1-1 draw. Hereford downs Gateshead 2-0. Maidenhead beats Stevenage on pens after a 1-1 draw. Forest Green Rovers have overturned Margate 1-0. Hartlepool over Sutton 2-0. The 6th round of the FA Trophy. Worthing 2-1 over Maidstone United. Barnet 2-1 over Sittingbourne. Hereford downs Maidenhead 3-1. And Hartlepool passed Forest Green Rovers 2-1. Sorry, Milk, if you're out there. Getting the 6th round is good. Always disappointing when you get to the 6th round and you lose there. Worthing versus Barnet. Hereford versus Hartlepool in the FA Trophy. Bristol Street Motors Trophy. This is the EFL Trophy. Scarborough Athletic 2-0 over Bradford City. Wickham gets by Stoke on pens after a 1-1 draw. So Scarborough Athletic and Wickham are playing for the EFL Trophy. Carabao Cup, we already know. Arsenal 1-0 over Man City. The Emirates FA Cup. From the 5th round on, Arsenal 2-1 past Newcastle. Chelsea 4-1 over Brentford. Burnley beats Solihull Moors, the last non-league side remaining, who made it to the 5th round 3-0. Bournemouth down Sunderland 2-0. Palace 2-1 over Brighton. Man City in extra time beats Leeds 3-2. Nottingham Forest beats West Ham 2-1. Villa down Stockport 1-0. Round of the FA Cup, Arsenal downs Chelsea 2-0. Bournemouth over Burnley 2-1. Palace over Man City. Let's go. They did it in FM2. Let's go. Palace over Man City 2-0. Villa downs Forest 4-1. So Arsenal will play Bournemouth, and Palace have Villa in the FA Cup. Lastly, we're going to take a quick look over at North America. We're going to have a quick little peek in North America, okay, at the U.S. Open Cup. That has just started, to be fair. The U.S. Open Cup has just started. Do they have to play second legs? No. They don't. I don't think they play second legs. No, it's one and done. So we'll come back to the U.S. Open Cup another time. Duly noted that it has just started, and they're halfway through the first round, which is all. It's all amateur until at least I think the 3rd round, or at least I think USL teams enter in the 2nd. So, but the first is like NACL and all those regional leagues, which are all amateur, are in the first round. So we'll come back to that later. Right. What about, real quick, the North American Champions League? North American Champions League. Let's take a look at that one real quick, right? We'll start with the first round. I do like the tree. San Jose of MLS over Valor from the Canadian Prem 3-0. Pachuca gets by Columbus Crew 3-1. That's Mexico versus MLS. This is Halifax's CPL as well, if I remember correctly. Yes, they are. LA Galaxy gets by Halifax Wanderers 3-1. Monterrey beats Marathon from Honduras 4-0. New York beats Montego Bay United, who are from the Jamaican Premier League 5-0. The Scum beats Mount Pleasant FC from Jamaican Premier League as well 5-1. Chivas downs the Honduras side Olympia 7-1. Montreal manages to down Mexico's Cruz Azul 4-3. St. Louis City gets by Comunicaciones from Guatemala 7-2. Alajuelense, which is, I think, Chivas, if I remember correctly, gets by Zelahu 6-0, again from Guatemala. And Pumas downs the Seattle Sounders 3-1. Second round, the Earthquakes, San Jose Earthquakes beats Deportivo Saprissa from Costa Rica 3-1. Pachuca downs Cibao FC from the Dominican Republic 6-2. Monterrey gets past LA Galaxy 5-2. New York Red Bulls downs Colorado 4-3. The Scum beats Tigres 3-1. Chivas downs Orlando City 6-1. Montreal gets past St. Louis City 5-2. Pumas over Alajuelense 3-0. So the quarterfinals of the CONCACAF Champions League, Pachuca 3-0 up after the first leg. Monterrey leads the New York Red Bulls 1-0 after their first leg. Chivas is beating the Scum 1-0. Alajuelense is not Chivas. Who's Alajuelense then? They go by. I know they go by another name. Alajuelense. It's not Chivas. Oh, you know what? It is Alajuelense. They're Costa Rican. I'm sorry. I know it's Chivas. That's another name, but it's not Alajuelense. My bad. So Pumas gets by Alajuelense 3-0. Pumas is also 3-0 up over Montreal. Right. Last thing we're gonna do is the European Champions League. I should do Asia as well, but you guys really won't care. And to be honest with you, I'm not too fussed about Asia. It's two Saudi Arabian teams and two Japanese teams. And the Champions Cup, Confederations Cup has a North Korean team versus a Indonesian team. That is an interesting final. Okay, that's actually an interesting final. Um, so we'll say that. But anyway, let's go on to very quickly. Let's move on to the three competitions in Europe, starting with the Conference League. So for those that might remember the last time, I think we did the knockout phase only. So I'm going to start with the round of 16 this time. Altamira gets by Nordsjælland 2-1. Lille takes down Shelbourne. Where's Shelbourne from? Republic of Ireland. Okay, 5-3. That's a good fight if you're Shelbourne. Fair play to you. St. Gallen or St. Gallen gets past odds 3-2. Midtjylland beats Moldar Boleslav 4-0. Hajduk Split gets past Sarajevo 6-0. Dynamo Kiev beats Atalanta 4-3. Southampton gets past Panathinaikos 4-1. AZ Alkmaar downs Dynamo Zagreb 4-3. So it will be Almeria from Spain versus Lille. St. Gallen versus Midtjylland. Hajduk Split's got Dynamo Kiev. Southampton have AZ Alkmaar in the quarterfinals. Moving on to the Europa League. Copenhagen gets past Bologna 2-1. Aston Villa downs Slavia Prague 3-0. Besiktas downs Wolfsburg 4-1. Valencia over PAOK 5-3. Monaco beats Brianza 6-3. Sevilla versus Crvena Zvezda 5-2. Zig's going to scream at me for that one. Leicester downs Legia Warsaw 3-1. Schalke over PSV 3-2. So the quarterfinals, Copenhagen versus Villa, Besiktas versus Valencia. Monaco's got Sevilla. That's going to be a really good matchup. Leicester will take on Schalke. Champions League. Round of 16, Bayern over Rennes 6-1. Spurs beats Roma 3-2. That's a big win if you're a Spurs fan. Juventus downs AC Milan 4-1. Arsenal over Chelsea 4-1. Man City over Real Sociedad 7-3. Real Madrid beats Inter Milan 3-1. Newcastle over Leipzig 4-2. And Bournemouth ousts PSG 5-3. So Bayern's got Spurs. Juventus has got Arsenal. Man City will take on Real Madrid, and Newcastle has Bournemouth. Yes, Bournemouth in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. That is the full Leagues in Focus. I'm going to run the ads now in the rundown to the match so they don't interrupt the match, because it's going to take about 3 minutes to get there. Fuck the Mets. They just tied the game, but we'll see you in 3 minutes. And we're going to keep going on, obviously. So, right. The restricted transfer window is closing in a day. Bradley have got Insta Central. I really hope Insta Central does us a solid. Did they do us a solid? No, they didn't. Fuck. Lewis in the 44th, Hall and added time at the end of the first half made it 2-0 Bradley at the break. And then Donovan in the 54th, Campbell in the 56th, and Murphy in the 63 means it's a 5-0 result for Bradley. They move to within 3 points of us. Earlham, in the meantime, have been, Insta Central. Meanwhile, have had their playoff hopes pretty much killed. They've only got 3 games left, so the maximum amount of points they can go on is 51. And that is the same number of points that Mossley currently have. So Mossley need a point to basically eliminate Insta Central, or Insta Central need to basically fail to win any other game. So, yeah, pretty much right now, it's going to come down between Ramsbottom, Mossley, and Cross Hills, I think, for those final 2 playoff spots. The league's going to tick over, and it is transfer deadline day, everybody. Transfer deadline day. We are not doing any business. No, not interested. But yeah, um, obviously it's a community save. There's no reason to do any business, right? So um, there's that. But oh, somebody, what? 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 Okay. I just realized the streamer that I follow, that I have a lot of admiration for and respect for, follows another streamer that is a completely different type of streamer that I also have a lot of admiration for and respect for. That's pretty cool. Right. Scouting update. Nothing here. Oh fuck! The Mets have taken the lead. Are you kidding me? What a collection of disappointment, all in one place. Right. There's not a lot of people on tonight actually. I'm kind of surprised. Uh, wow. Actually, there's a lot less people on than I thought. I mean, we're kind of in between right now. A lot of NA hasn't logged on the stream yet. Sometimes they go at like whatever 9 o'clock. Especially the West Coasters. If you're a West Coast evening streamer, man, you ain't logging on for you ain't logging on for at least another hour. So unless you're Dill and you do it in the early afternoon, which is kind of cool. Um, Early afternoon for him, it's like 6 o'clock for me by the time he goes live. Um, right. We're 5-6 favorites. The draw's 13-5. Almondbury Woolpack are 3-1. We are one win away from breaking the club record for wins in a season. Pre-match press conference. Let's kick this off with the first question from Thomas Kotula at goal. Tariq Edmondson. What a great name. Yeah. I think he's a terrific hire for them, and I'm expecting a very tough time on Sunday. The longer we continue, too worried about the bad results. Smile. We win together. Harry Norris has been with you on your way up. East record speaks for itself. There's no time to get complacent. Uh, 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 and time needs no exception. There we go. Cool. The transfer window's closed. It's over. I don't know why I didn't get a news article about it, but yeah, the restricted transfer window, boop, is gone. Um, so there's that. No transfers allowed anywhere in the division at any time until the end of the season. I think June 1st or whatever. Well, actually, probably May 1st for this league because we're done pretty much last week of April. And we are almost into April, so it's the last month. Right. I probably should go back to playing music in my ears so the headphones don't die. Um, I hate the fact that I have to do that. And I mention it every time, and it never gets any less annoying. Right. We are about to take over. We might get an autosave kick in here. No, that'll be tomorrow. But we are into match day once again. So I have made a mistake. I should have waited and tried to get the Celtic job so I can get Scotland done. What are you doing? What's the save? Are you doing it like what is the actual point of the save? Skull Crusher. So I don't think I asked you that before. Win league title every place in Europe? Gotcha. Okay. You literally mean every place, like all 40 countries, right? Because that's like 40 countries, man. Yeah. Okay. Is there any leagues? Let me put it this way: is there any leagues or hold on? Are there any countries in Europe that were in FM24 that were not in FM23. Let me put it that way. I don't think so. I think the only league that came into FM24 that wasn't in FM23 was Japan, if I remember correctly. It was the J League. We're expected to win. I expect to win. Because if not, then you're looking at 33 countries. So, right. CLG FC under-18s win with Mengi, impressive. Bay Cockett in the 10th. Bay Cockett in the 33rd. Switchblade put it in his own net in the 83rd. I have no idea why Blockbuster didn't play. Seraful didn't play. Well, no, Seraful did play. Matthew Gonzalez didn't play? We're going to have to go down to the under-18s. We're going to have to pick these guys again. Blockbuster. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you can go up front, probably. And then who else? I think that's all of them, actually. These 5. So, been scammed. Why wasn't I playing? I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. I have no clue. It's, right. Don't turn into, I don't know. I couldn't even tell you who does it on D stream. But I think they do it just to wind him up, to be fair. But yeah, let's not get into the nitty gritty. Right, fitness test. We're good there. 5 games today. What a track this is. LSG and Hearts is what I'm listening to. The song Hearts by LSG. My accent is so ugly there, I had trouble saying the word hearts. Nah, don't worry, I'm just joking. Yeah, no, I know you are. I actually don't know. Like, I'm assuming it's the under-18 manager who picks the team. That's my assumption. So, right, Akoni-kun is back. Joe Jones on the bench, brother. Joe Jones on the bench. That's what you guys do. That's how we switch it up. So, I might pull out Sam. Well, no, I had Perver in last time, so I'm going to leave Wellman in this time, I think. So, manual save, and we're going to get into it, shall we? Look at those lovely green lines. I wish I had more of them. Well, let's go. Everyone's good. Everyone's happy. Everyone's feeling good. And I'm feeling good. They have made 5 changes to their starting lineup. Partly that's because they got a new manager. And we are 4-1-0 in our last 5. They are 0-1-4 in their last 5. And a win here puts us 6 points clear with 4 to play. We have to win. We really, really, really win. Or need to win. Here we go. They're in a 4-4-2. Money. And you go. We are underway. They are in the red. We are in the black with the blue. We are underway here at home at the Faithful Wall for this matchup versus Almondbury Woolpack. It's going right over top. It'll be the end of the highlight probably. Yep. Here's Cookies, Akoni-kun. Myself. Going for Sheamus on the left wing. Here's the cross. Cookies can't get to it. Out for a corner. Now you can hear the crowd. We played the game at Cross Hills. There were, what, 23 fans, 24 fans? And one away fan came to the game against Cross Hills. And now look at it. Look at his stand. This stand, when you see it, it's going to be packed, man. Look at. All right, maybe not packed. All right, pause. But there's at least fans in the stand. You can see that. Right. Rogerson, Brazier, Harper, Brazier, Cassidy. Cassidy on the right-hand side. Back for McQueen. Brott makes the save. And it's a corner. More packed than a parade. I mean, I don't know. Oh, fun. I wouldn't go that far, Roller. But I would say it's at least nice to have fans at home. We've had, actually, to be fair, right? So the stadium capacity was 30. I asked the chairman to expand it. He agreed to install 60 seats, which then reduced the capacity to 230. You make sense of that. And then, you know, but to be fair, we have had really good attendances at home. We've had like 150 to 200 fans every game. A Konikun first time, that's blocked. More packed than the Etihad. Now that I can agree with. Certainly louder than the Etihad as well, that's for sure. Here's Brasher over the top. Rogerson, that's over the top. It'll be a goal kick. Here's a Brott over to me. Frack. Spaps cuts it. Oh man, tried to pass it to the ref. That's a good tackle. I didn't realize Cookies was booked. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, oh. Starting to get rid of some of these wages. Nice. Now, are you doing it like me, by the way, Skull Crusher? Do you have everything turned on as playable, and as you win it, you're just going to knock it off? Or are you going to, like, leave a few as playable, and then, like, let's say you leave 5 as playable, and then you win the one, you leave the job, turn the league off, and then turn another one on? 6 million to 4.2 million is pretty good. I'm assuming that's per week, which is just fucking nuts if that's the case. Here's Parks on the left-hand side. He's fouled. Ref! The fuck, man? Come on, ref. He went through the back of him. The fuck was that, ref? Good cutout, Parks. Parks going to get his revenge. Here's a Konikun. He's back. He's taking the free kicks. Oh, and he's not far away. Because in my FM23 save, I have everything turned on. So I'm going to turn them off as I win them. Right, I'm ahead off. Sorry, I have to get up for work, but enjoy the rest of your stream. Buddy, thank you so much for being here, Thomas. Absolute pleasure having you, man. Good luck at work tomorrow. Get a wonderful night's sleep and rest well. Oh, what a goal! 15th of the season for Konikun. What a curler. Look at that. First touch. Ooh, in off the post as well. That's nasty work. Right. Over the top. That is going to roll out to Brat. My PC couldn't handle all one at once. Okay. That's fair. I'm hoping FM23. I'm hoping my PC can with FM23. It started to not with FM24, which is why I turned all the leagues off. But yeah, McQueen's going for this. That's a good cutout. So, but I'm like FM20. Like if it was FM14, like I originally was planning to do, I would say, you know what? It's probably fine because the game is so old. Like I'm not my FM10 offline save. I have all the leagues enabled. I'm not worried about it because it's FM10. Do you know what I mean? Like it's 15 years old, and I have all the leagues on, and the game process is like that still. So, you know. You got to cut that out. Oh, he's going for a goal. That's over the top. Right. Oh, it's rolled through for Snicky. Oh, what a touch. Oh, I took a nasty deflection, but Danzo does get down to cover it. But yeah, I'm hoping the FM 23 save I can like win a league within 2-3 seasons, roll it off the save. Win another title, roll it off the save, something like that. I do have to win the cup though as well. So like Korea, for example, if I win K League 2, sure I can turn K League 2 off, no problem. But if I win K League 1 and I don't win the Korean FA Cup, I have to keep Korea on there because I need to win the Korean FA Cup. So you're not. I know you're not doing cups. I'm just saying for my save. So I'm hoping by having all of the leagues on and everything, it doesn't really bog down the save. And if it starts to, I can at least turn some of them off enough to gain some of the performance back. Is basically what I'm getting at. Um, but yeah. If not, then I might do continent by continent. Like if I'm in Korea, starting in Korea, I might turn all of everything except Asia off, and then just start turning the Asian leagues off as I win them. And once I win everything in Asia, resign, add the next continent, turn the last of Asia off. I might do it that way if it starts to bog down. We'll see. We got time. Cookies inside, very nicely done. Cookies, where's the cutback? It's a good tackle from Hughes. Out for a corner. Corner whipped in, headed away. Should come back to Frack, and it does, but that's the end of the highlight for some reason. Akoni-kun. Akoni-kun still with it. Akoni-kun looking for the cutback. Finds Twinkle. Twinkle. Frack. Spaps. Looking for the cutback. Me. Cookies, he's offsides. Cookie's not necessarily having a great game. Good touch from Snicky. Spaps back inside for me. Back for Snicky. Great ball to Frack on the right-hand wing. Frack cuts back inside for Cookies. One touch. Cross comes in. Back post. Cassidy will head it out for a corner. Here's Sheamus. Whips this in. You could stay. Same routine. You're last with remove leagues and add leagues, remove league once you get a new job. Yeah, that's my fear is that, like, when I add remove leagues, like, let's say I want to manage, like, let's say I have to complete Indonesia, but I don't want to crowd the save, so Indonesia's turned off. And I'm not gonna get jobs from Indonesia then. I'm pretty sure, don't you have to have the league enabled to be able to pick a job from that league? You know? So, like, that's the question. Like, I would love to have it open. Yes, yeah, exactly. So I would like to have it open. Like, the concept is it's the ultimate 100% besides international jobs, yeah. But, like, to me, it's the ultimate challenge. So, like, I want to be able to go from Korea to South Africa to Mexico to Indonesia to Romania to Malaysia to Latvia to, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to literally bounce, absolutely bounce all over the place. So that's why I have everything turned on. Um, so, yeah, I know, like, that's how I run it in this save. Like, level 11 is currently still on in this save, but I promoted out of it, and it will turn off June 30th. It's better doing one place at a time. Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's season 1, so the game's processing fine. And I didn't really get a huge slowdown until season 4. The big test, Skull Crusher, in the FM23 save is going to be the 30th of June. When the 30th of June rolls, right? It's not the 30th of June is not the end of the season in Korea. It's actually midway through. Korea is a summer league, but all of the European leagues pretty much, except for Norway and maybe Sweden, are winter leagues, right? So that's the question. On the 30th of June, when all of those leagues swap over to the new season, what is the processing going to be like? Because if I have to sit on stream and it's like a 40-minute job, then I know we've got to remove leagues. You know what I mean? Like we got to pull the plug on some of that shit. So, but if I could get by it and it's like a 15-minute job, then, you know, we'll see. So, right. Point the finger. I think we're doing well, but we can definitely find another gear to take charge of this match. I think that's very much true. I just add remove. Yeah, yeah. Monterrey versus River Plates in 30 minutes. That is gonna be nuts, man. That is gonna be so nuts. Oh, that's bad. Spap's gonna get booked. Yeah, Spaps is booked. Well, that was so stupid, Spaps. Here's Sheamus. Myself, and it's over the top of the net. Monterrey River Plate is going to be crazy. I'm glad that you guys are taking an interest in the Club World Cup. I like the idea of it. I just wish. I don't know. Say if I have one League Ireland once I get a new. Yeah, I know that I get. That I'm doing the same thing in my save. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if I should have started the save with everything on as playable. You know what I mean? Like, that's my point. So, uh, or if I should only have maybe turned on like 5 leagues, do one of them, add, remove every season as you complete them. You know what I mean? So, Dortmund, by the way, picks, I don't know if you saw, but Dortmund and Mamelodi Sundowns having 7 goals is kind of crazy, man. So, I think slows the game down that way. Okay, all right, yeah. So, and Inter only getting by Urara Reds 2-1. Urara Reds actually led that game. It's a shame they couldn't hold on. I would have loved to see Urara Reds win over the top. I think Akuni-kun was on, but it's headed away anyway. Oh my God! Tomorrow's Real Madrid and Pachuca. That's gonna be an interesting one too. Let's go, Snicky, with the 24th goal of the season. You try to keep it 3-star speed, more leagues, more transfers, more matches. Okay. Mine's half a star. Mine is half a star. So, right, we're going to, I need to refresh this. So. Oh my God. Right. I think this save, I couldn't tell you what this save is. We'll look after. Well, I'll take a look after this. I think it's half a star as well because of just how I started the save. 2-0. That was a big goal from Snicky, by the way. Because 1-0, you're like, but 2-0, now you're a little bit more. 2-0 with 30 to play, you're a little bit in a better spot. Right, Spaps has been terrible. So he's coming off. Joe Jones should come in for him. And so has Cookies, which means Sam Wellman will have to come in. It take forever to complete a season. I mean, have you seen how quickly we play this save? It's not. It's not very quickly. Kennedy with the cross, that's blocked. That'll be out for a corner, and then we'll have the substitutions come in here. Jones coming on. Wellman coming on. Cookies and Spaps are off. We have one sub left. At this rate, it might be Sheamus for Simon Roger Mukendi. Harper is offsides. Let me put it this way to you, Skull Crusher. When we were in the lower leagues in England, right? And we averaged yeah, but imagine 4 times that. Yeah, I know. So when we were in the lower leagues in England, right? And we were 14 days between fixtures, right? It would take us an hour to get through those 14 days. Now, we did some stuff like I did Leagues in Focus, so obviously 10 to 15 minutes of that was me talking, was the press conference, things like that, playing the game. But the other 45 minutes was probably just processing, right? Now I would say we get through a week about 20 to 30 minutes, which isn't too bad. So I think the length of time between each game, and by as a coincidence as well, the length of the episodes on YouTube will get shorter and shorter as we go up the divisions because they play more games. So obviously, like when you're playing 46 games plus 2 or 3 cups, you're playing basically every Monday or every Saturday, Wednesday. Will you continue this when 26 comes out? Yes. Sam Wellman, the sub, with his first goal of the season, courtesy of the other sub, Joe Jones. And we got ourselves a 3-0 lead late in this match. Let's go. Sam, you've deserved that, Sam. Great header, and what a great touch from Wellman to drag that. Yeah, this save's not going anywhere. We're going to continue this save until it's done. When will you say this is complete? When we win the Premier League and the Champions League. That's the goal. When we win the Prem and the Champions League, this save will be complete. So, and then I have all sorts of crazy ideas. I have all sorts of great ideas for FM26. I think it's going to get to a point where we're playing the FM. I actually think we're going to get to a point where we're playing one save on stream that's FM23, one stream on save that's FM24, aka this save, and one save on stream that's FM26. I actually think I'm going to have 3 different saves going on stream at the same time. So my FM26 save ideas: the FA Treble Challenge, the UEFA Triple Crown. Well, I probably won't do the UEFA Triple, but the FA Treble Challenge is probably going to be good. I might do a Pacific Island Hopper save. I really want to do a chat-picked Road to Glory save. That, I think, is going to be a fucking awesome save. How many more seasons if you get promoted every season until you get to League 2? After this season, you mean? 6. So we're in level 10. So after this season, assuming we win this league, what a ball. Wellman, go on, score again. Oh. After this season, I'm going to put Mukendi on. Assuming we get promoted, we'll be in level 9. So you got the level 9 season, the level 8 season, the level 7, the level 6, and the level 5. So at least 5 seasons, and then in the 6th season from now, we'd be in League 2. Snicky going for goal, that's off the top of the net. So it's at least 5 seasons, assuming we get promoted every season, which we might not. That's not a guarantee. We are doing quite well, though. Mukendi for Twinkle, for Konikun, Parks, Mukendi, he's fired it to Joe Jones. He can't win the header. Frack's got it. And then he is absolutely tripped up by Gold. Rogerson. Brazier, not a foul though. Humphreys, I think he's on sides. Brought with a great tackle. And he has saved his own clean sheet because the defender stopped running, and that was almost disgraceful. That would have been a terrible goal to give up. That's a good one. Humphreys, that's over the top. I think Sir Alex Ferguson challenge would be fun, but can't go more than 7-9 seasons with one team. So I have a great idea. So here we go, right? The chat picked the two saves I really want to do on stream are the FA Treble Challenge, where you start in level 10, and you have to win the FA Vase, FA Trophy, and FA Cup with the same club in the same spell. And if you promote out of one, or if you promote out of one before winning it, you have to resign and go back to level 10. And if you get sacked at any point in time, you have to go back to level 10, which is great. I think that's going to be an interesting challenge. The only other one that I really want to do that I would need all of you guys' help for, but I think it's going to be at least a year before I get to it, is the chat. Oh my goodness me, Brat with a save of wow. And that's the chat picked Road to Glory. So we take 20 countries, right? We pick 3 clubs in each country, or I will nominate 3 clubs in each country that haven't won the league in like at least 30 seasons, right? And then you guys at the very start of the save will vote on which team you would like me to return to glory as being the league champions. And then I pick one and I go at them, and I have to try and beat the AI at making them champions. And it's based, there's like a whole points-based system on how successful, how quickly you do it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that's awesome. I think it's going to be a really cool save. What would be a brilliant save? You say, you know what would be a brilliant save? Go on. 3-0. Akonikun, Snicky, Sam Wellman with their first goal of the season. We didn't have a lot of XG despite having a ton of possession, but it didn't matter. We scored when we needed to. Broad had a 7.6. We are winners here. Winning a World Cup with San Marino. That's about a 100 season save. Honestly, that's like a 100 season save. But I would be really interested in the chat chat picked return to glory. That's going to be so much fun. Sweet victory, yeah. Sweet victory, yeah. Real quick, hold on. Right. FC Isle of Man hosting Clitheroe. Murphy in the 8th minute for Clitheroe. Got them underway. Steven Stevens in the 39th leveled it for Isle of Man. Cooney in the 44th put Clitheroe back in front prior to the break. 2-1 they would go into it. Marshall in the 53rd, though, leveled it for FC Isle of Man. They'll split the points. That actually jumps FC Isle of Man up to 7th. Clitheroe will remain in 10th place. Yeah, that's why I said it would be brilliant, because if you actually did that, think how good it would feel. That's true. International management is really fucking hard, too. I've done it. I've won stuff in it. It's really, really, really hard. Especially if you're not a big boy. Like, I've done international management as People's Republic of China as Hong Kong and as Korea, and those are not easy. It's not easy to be successful with them. Um, that's for sure. Korea, like in the Asian Cup, you can kind of be successful. Japan's like the only other big. Japan and Australia are like the two you have to watch out for. There's some tricky sides, like Jordan's usually decent. Qatar, Saudi Arabia, like they usually are slightly competitive. Iran is really tough, actually. So they're also one to look out for. But like you might be able to win the Asian like an Asian competition with Korea, but like on a global stage, winning anything with those three nations is like fucking really hard. Earlham hosting Lancaster. What a big result for Lancaster. Nicholas in the 12th minute and again in the 28th put them 2-0 up. Hanley in the 34th got one back. 2-1 at the break. Lancaster was up. McGukin in the 60th minute from the penalty marker made it 3-1 to Lancaster. But Rivers in the 77th pulled one back for Earlham. 3-2 it would go. Ferguson in added time at the end of the second half made it 4-2 Lancaster. Big win for Lancaster. They pick up 3 points. They're now 7 adrift from the drop. It's still pretty far back. There is 4 to play. So there is a chance. There is actually still a chance, but they are up against it pretty much. And it started well with a win. Mossley versus Cross Hills. This is a huge, huge result for what's going on in the league. Henry's 3rd minute goal, followed by Hilton's 30th minute goal, put Mossley 2-0 up at the break. Collins in the 63rd got one back for Cross Hills. Knight actually leveled it in the 88th for Cross Hills, and then Pritchard in the added time at the end of the second half for Mossley put them back in front. They stole it at the death. Big 3 points for Mossley. They leapfrog Ramsbottom United up to 4th. Cross Hill now 5 points outside the playoff places with 4 to play. So really up against it now if Cross Hills want a chance to go up. But it does mean with Mossley's win that FC Isle of Man are like 2 points away from not being able to be a playoff team. So basically everybody below them is out of it really. Bickerstaff might not be. They've got 6 left to play. So that's 18 points. That would put them on 55. But Clitheroe are definitely out. Insa Central are definitely gone. They only have 3 left to play, so 51 is the max they can reach. FC Isle of Man, the max they can reach now is 54. So it's getting tight. Ramsbottom United hosting Sutton Reserves. Chapman in the 5th for Sutton Reserves gave them the lead. Arthur in the 34th, and then Shibwawa in the 37th. Got Ramsbottom United, or overturned it and gave Ramsbottom United, Chapman in the 5th, and then Whittington in the 20th gave Sutton Reserves a 2-0 win. Arthur in the 34th and Shibwabwa in the 37th made it 2-2 for Ramsbottom United. Richardson's penalty in the 65th minute actually put Ramsbottom up 3-2, but Chapman in the 85th scored to at least secure a big, big, big point for Sutton Reserves. Ramsbottom United slide to 5th. They're 5 above Cross Hills now. But Sutton Reserves 2 clear of the drop. 6 games. There are 4 games left in this for most teams. Bickerstaff have 6. We have 5. And Insa Central have 4. Burskoff and Silsden Reserves have 6. Everybody else looks like Squiresgate have 6. Everybody else North Walkden have 6. Everybody else is 5. Oh yeah, forget not taking 2 away. Yeah. So, yeah. But big draw for Sutton Reserves. They're 2 clear of the drop. So, who's going to win the Club World Cup? I couldn't tell you. The results have been so unpredictable. I don't know. I think maybe Bayern Munich. I think maybe Bayern Munich, but I don't feel like they will. You know what would be cool? Seeing somebody like one of the South American teams winning it. would be awesome. I think it'd be so cool. Uh, like a Botafogo. Botafogo winning it would be awesome. Or like Flamengo, I think would be cool. Not River Plate. I know River Plate is. I just can't stand that club. Right. Post-match press conference. Let's kick this off with the first question from Thomas Cotula at goal. You came out on top. Was that down to his lack of experience? Uh, the team performance, but our extra experience made the difference today. Uh, I think Madrid should let Carlos manage the Club World Cup due to the expectation of Madrid. Alonso only in job fully 5 days before the first game. I see. Yeah, I don't. I just don't think Real Madrid aren't good enough. Like they're just not good enough. PSG being PSG losing to Botafogo surprised me, but they're also a shout because they're really good. Um, but I think if we got like a Flamengo or a Botafogo winning it would be awesome. I don't think it'll happen though. Um, I think it'll be either, it could be Inter as well, to be fair. But I think PSG or Bayern will win the Club World Cup. Um, right. Should I show? Yep, there we go. That's the end of the press conference. This was a Player of the Week, Ryan Roberts from Lancaster, big one. So that's the end of the episode. For those on YouTube, this was episode 241. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Have a good one.